Hey, I just wanted to give a quick thanks to one of our sponsors at Simple Programmer, which is Dev Mountain Bootcamp. You should go check them out. The link is in the description. They are a coding bootcamp and they can teach you web development, iOS development, UX design, a lot of good stuff. I get a lot of feedback from a lot of you out there that email me and have told me about Dev Mountain, so I decided to check them out myself. And I like what I found. I like their programs. They offer some 12-week intensive programs. They also offer some after-hours programs, which I know that some of you will like. So go check them out. You can see the link in the description below, Dev Mountain Bootcamp, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring Simple Programmer. Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from SimpleProgrammer.com. Today, I thought I would do a quick video and show you how I shoot videos, kind of what the process is, what equipment that I use. I'll give you in the description, and as I mentioned, some of the equipment. I'll give you the Amazon links if you want to pick up any of this stuff yourself. I have to start off by saying I am not trained in any way in videography, photography, any of that, sort of just self-learn, and really, to be honest with you, I don't even know that much about it. I just get my setups working, and so there's always a lot of potential room for improvement. But you know, one of the important things here, I like to create definitely high quality content, right? Production value. But the important thing here is the message, is the content that I'm putting out. That's what I focus on. That's what I care about. So I don't put as much emphasis on the production value, even though I've been able to improve it little by little over the years, and I'm learning more. But you know, if I have to shoot a video in the wind, which I'll explain in a second here, and the content's good, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, it might be a little bit hard to hear, video quality might not be so good, but if it's a message that I want to get out there, that's what this channel is about. It's not about, you know, just an aesthetic visual experience. Although, you know, hopefully what I do is reasonable, right? And I think it's pretty decent here. So there's a few things. Let me talk about the process first of sort of how the videos are made, or how the different, there's basically three ways that I make videos right now at Simple Programmer. So the first one is that you'll notice that some of the higher quality videos, like if you look at the Simple Programmer, this playlist here, these videos, what I do for those is I actually have a professional videographer come out. I actually pay for him to come out for the day. We shoot on location. Some of you have thought that I've been green screening some of these backgrounds. No, especially the ones in San Diego here. We're going out to, you know, some places like Sunset Cliffs and Balboa Park. You may recognize those places, and we're shooting there. People are walking by. It's kind of fun. If you've never done that, if you've never talked in front of a camera, I mean, it's hard to talk in front of a camera. It's hard to talk in front of a camera when people are distracting you and walking by and gawking and things like that. But it's kind of fun. So what I do is basically I hire this guy, okay, and I've had a few different videographers, and what I do is I hire a professional videographer. Usually we have a 2-camera setup, so he's got 2 cameras that he's running. He's got me mic'd up with some professional audio equipment, usually a lapel mic is what it is, taped on the inside of my shirt. And then we're gonna shoot, like, right now, it used to be like 20-something videos, but I shoot about 30 videos in one session. So it takes about 4 to 5 hours. I just go back to back. I've got my Trello board up. I've got a bunch of questions I've pre-prepared ahead of time, or topics that I'm gonna do, and I just shoot from the hip and go for those. So that's where those videos typically come from, okay? So those get dispatched up. I consider those the HQ, the high quality videos. Next, the other thing that I do is what you're seeing now. Okay, so what I have set up here is I basically have a stationary setup. The setup is basically this. It is a Canon EOS T5i Rebel. I got this, found a deal on this. I decided to improve my stationary setup. It's on my desk here on the autonomous desk. You can check out the review on the desk that I have that goes up and down, which is kind of cool because I can change the camera angle and change the frame. But I basically have the Rebel T5i. Okay, and right now I've just switched over to a new lens. I just bought this EF S24mm lens, okay, and we can, I'll put a link to that, but it's got an f-stop that allows a slight blurring of the background, right? So it's got a pretty high f-stop value. I still don't quite have the depth of field that I would like on this. I would like to, kind of blur the background out, but I suppose, I don't know, maybe the background should stay in there. I want to have a little bit of a sharpness. So if you've seen a difference in the video, it's because I've switched that lens. I've got a different lens. I've got a 50mm lens. It doesn't seem to work in this office because I don't have enough distance to space back from the camera. And then I've got the kind of the default lens that came with the camera. I was using this for a while. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I did like this 50mm lens that I have here, but like I said, I can't get the good depth of field on it. It's got an f-stop 1 to 1.8. Again, I'm not a video guy, and then I have this Canon, kind of the default one that came with it. It's a it's a zoom lens, autofocus. It's 18 to 55mm. So this one was what I used for a lot of the videos before I switched to this new lens, and you can zoom in and zoom out on that one. So there you go. And then what I also have set up with this is I have a battery pack that in the Canon. So instead of changing the batteries, right, I bought this adapter, and it basically is an adapter that goes into the DSLR so that you can just plug in regular power. You don't have to switch out the batteries all the time because that'd be annoying, right? I want a stationary setup. Then I also have it on a little tripod here. We can put a link to that. And then I have for audio, what I'm doing with these videos is I have this Audio Technica. It is a wireless system. It's a lapel mic. Here, I'll put the particular one that I have here is the ATW T1001, which is I believe just this part of it, the handheld part, and then I've got a little thing on the camera that does that. And I've also got a USB cable to keep that powered all the time and charged up, so I don't have to keep on charging that. Though I do have to change the batteries in this, so if you see me looking down when I'm recording videos, that's what I'm doing usually. I'm looking to make sure that the batteries aren't dying because this will flash. I've recorded a lot of videos with batteries dead. It sucks not having audio. But yeah, so that's a nice wireless setup, so it makes it real easy. I've got my remote here. You may have seen this, which allows me to start and stop the recording of the video just with the remote, which is cool. Then what I also did, I'm trying to think what else I did with this setup here. I have, of course, a SD card in the camera at all times, but instead of pulling out the SD card and whatnot, I have hooked up the USB and I've got it so that I can just connect the USB. So when I'm done shooting this video, what I will do is I will connect the USB cable to my USB port, which is connected to my computer, and I will just grab the videos and throw them into Dropbox for Rodrigo to edit. And that's pretty much the setup. So with this desk setup, what I'll do is I will shoot, when I'm shooting the daily videos, I'll try to shoot typically 2 videos a day. Sometimes I'll batch them up, but I try to keep it so I don't batch stuff up too much because I want to have fresh ideas, and that's the whole point of doing these videos in between the big batch videos I do of the HQ videos. So that's where primarily a lot of the videos come from, just me in the office here. And then I'll shoot these videos in the evening, sometimes during the day. I've tried different times. I can and I set this up a little bit differently. Like if I take the camera down, take the desk down, I can get a full frame if I want, or if I can bring it back up and let's see, where's the normal setting? Oh, there we go. And so yeah, that's it. That's the basic. That's the majority of what I do. Now, I also do videos outside or on location. I used to do this a lot more with my iPhone. I've got an iPhone 6S, I believe, the plus iPhone 6 Plus S. I'm gonna wait, maybe the iPhone 8. I'll get that. And then I've got a couple of setups that I use for the outside videos. Now, what I was using for the outside videos, let me pull this out here, was this Miracle Sound. We can put a clip of this lapel mic and then an extension cable on this thing, a pretty long extension cable. And you can see it's got the 2 cables here. And that worked pretty well, I thought. The only problem is you still do have that cable, so it's not quite as easy for walking around, but that produces really high audio quality, and just like the lapel mic I have here, at least I feel like it does. The only problem is, like I said, just walking around and stuff and then carrying this around and hooking it up, and you got the cable hanging. So what I got instead was I got this little Rode Video Mic Me, which is pretty cool, right? I'll put a link to this as well. And this thing, it just basically snaps right into the camera. You can see the little headphone jack. It just goes right in there, and then it's sort of like a little boom mic, right? So you can talk into this. The only problem, and you've seen this in some of my videos lately, is that the wind nails this thing, and so it really makes it picks up that wind. Now they sent me this this dead cat with it. I haven't used the dead cat. I know. I'm gonna start using it now because this is. But it just looks freaking weird. Looks weird walking around with this thing, right? Like this, the other way is inconspicuous with just the little piece. But I'll do it for you guys. I'll do it, and I didn't realize how bad that, because a couple of times I used this in the wind and I felt like it wasn't so bad, but it must have been just the way that the direction that the wind was blowing. So I will put this on. Now, a majority of the videos, though, honestly, that get shot with the iPhone, they just get shot with nothing, just the internal mic, and those seems to be actually okay. In fact, when I was traveling, a lot of times I would be bringing this around, and the problem was that this was picking up the wind, but the internal mic on the iPhone didn't. And so the audio was better. In fact, I reshot a couple of videos because of that. So that's what I'm looking at. I mean, I really like the setup. The only problem that I have with this as well is I guess this turned out to be a review on some equipment, but the only problem I have with this as well is that it's hard to hold the camera, right? It's hard to hold the phone and you definitely don't want to brush up against this, because if you touch this while you're trying to record, it will cause, you will hear the noise on there. So it's hard to, especially, I think if you shoot in selfie mode, then this probably works a little bit better. It's a little bit easier, I found. But I typically don't shoot my videos in selfie mode. I usually use the rear camera because it's a higher quality camera. You get the 60 FPS frame rate on there, and I hold it out like this. So I'm not using a selfie stick. It's too much. I try to come up with what is the simplest portable thing that I can actually record the videos, not draw too much attention with a whole bunch of big equipment, but. I do a lot of videos like this, especially if I'm traveling and stuff like that. I do have problems trying to upload the videos is really the hassle. So that's pretty much it. So a lot of times I'll batch up the videos, like I said. As far as equipment goes, that's pretty much the equipment that I'm using. I have a full-time editor, Rodrigo. He's awesome. I've talked about him before. I think I did a video where I was talking about thanking everyone for the work they do. But essentially, to give you the full behind the scenes, I queue up a lot of these videos. I record a lot of these videos. A lot of them get recorded in advance. They go into Dropbox folder. Rodrigo picks them up and gets them up on YouTube, gets the descriptions, gets the thumbnails and everything going for me, and yeah, that's how we make so many damn videos here. And like I said, I just try to keep the ratio. I sort of have it on my mind. I need to do 2 videos every day. We've got the Trello board coming up with ideas all the time, and the questions that you guys submit. By the way, you can submit a question if you want to. Just email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com, and I'll send you a little form that you can fill out to get it onto the Trello board. But yeah, that's it. Any questions? If you have any questions about my equipment, what I got set up, hopefully we can get a list here of all the equipment that I use, that I talked about here in this video, if you want to get any of that. One thing I will say about the DSLRs, if you do go this DSLR route, you get some pretty good quality video, but make sure that the memory card that you get is like basically the fastest memory card that you can. There's definitely, I'm trying to think of what, let me see if I've got some here, but just buy the expensive fastest memory card. Basically, like, I don't know if it's Ultra now, but you'll have problems with video cutting out if your memory card is not fast enough. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the next version of upgraded equipment. I've thought about using like a webcam to try, because there's some really high quality webcams now, and that might save me a step. But for now, I do like the DSLR. So I'm going to use my remote to end this video. All right, if you like this video, click that subscribe button below. And like I said, if you got some questions about my process, what I'm doing, you want to see more of these behind the scenes videos, let me know. Talk to you next time. Take care.